तो हो गया लगता है साहब।
हाँ
मैं चेक कर लेता हूँ, जरा 2 मिनट साहब, मैं चेक कर लेता हूँ। अभी हो गया, सॉरी। चालू हो गया साहब, चल, थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू। Okay, I'm sorry friends, there was some link was problem, so we restarted everything. Okay, I would like to see the novelty of Ramakrishna first, then I will go to other ones. So he says d4 knight f6. Now c4 e6. Okay, now knight c3 d5, knight f3, bishop e7, and bishop g5 castles. He plays rook g1, rook g1, rook g1. Hello Ramakrishna. Hello Suresh bhai, good morning. So everything looks good here now. Everything looks good now. Okay. So here now rook g1, I suggest to play h6. Now what do you do, Ramakrishna? You say bishop h4. And bishop h4, I would like to play bishop h4. I would like to play here c5. Okay, wrong notation. All right, you again type. Please be quick. There was some technical issue. Our technical expert, Mr. Arpit Bhai Patel, has solved it. So let's see now. Here, where is h6? Now bishop h4, then c5. Now you want to play g4. This is your plan. The idea is okay, but the whole point is you are not meeting the conditions of attack. What are the conditions of attack? Your king must be safe, center must be good, pieces must be ready. Here the queen is not joining the attack, and your king is still in the center, and the center is not great. So g4 will not be good here. So on h6, I play c5. Now you have to support center. Okay. Hello, castles, rook g1. Okay, I will go for that on bishop g5. Here on bishop g5, you say h6. Bishop g5 h6, and then I go bishop. You sorry. So here bishop g5 h6, bh4, and you castle rg1. This is the right notation. Okay, it doesn't matter. If you play now, I'm going to play c5. Attack the center. Your plan is to attack the wing right away. This is the plan. So I will attack the center. bc5. Now the center is not very nice. All right. Now for this, I will play queen a5. My threat is to play knight e4. No. Knight e4 is not the threat. I think here you play dc5. It should be bad anyway. Let us see. Now the pawn I am going to get this. So just collect the pawn. Just collect it. Queen a5. The bishop is unprotected. How you will make the use of the rook g1 move now? How will make use of this move? If you are going to exchange, then rook g1 is misplaced. It is not very attractive now, right? What are you going to do now? Queen exchange, black rook occupies the center. Queen c2. So insisting that keeping queens on the board. Okay. So all right. So anyway, now I will play knight a6. I will not allow castle. You have to play rd1, then queen a5 will come. No, this is just good. I am just trying to demonstrate. Just dc5 is just good enough. Now you play queen c2, knight a6. Black is better developed, and you cannot castle now. rd1. Now the king is stuck. Now the king is stuck in the center for the entire game. So queen a5. This is going to be bad. Now what about the pawn? You will be pawn down. I don't see knight b4 is coming. I don't see it is any attractive. First of all, you stop the threat. This is a threat actually. What are you going to do now? I don't see. This is Ramakrishna. I think I'm sorry. It is not a good position because the king is now caught in the center. You cannot castle. So it is only idea, but you can try. It's okay. So okay, I'll go. I leave this position and go to the other game. Let that be there on the diagram. I will not leave the diagram. A3. Okay, A3. All right. If you have to play a move like A3, then you are not going to attack. You are played only defensive moves. So here, maybe here, what I can do now. What can I do now? Just take knight into pawn. Knight into pawn. Now I will coordinate my pieces very simple way. I will coordinate my pieces. The plan is to bring bishop and then give a threat. This is even b5. What Dina Patel suggests is even pawn b5. Okay, so let's leave this position. Let's leave this position. Now, I mean, it is interesting. Making an attempt is not bad. It is originality, but it is not basic against the basic principles. You have to complete development, castle, center, and then go logically. All right, I leave this. I leave this now. So my topic is high voltage drama on chessboard. High voltage drama on the chessboard. So it is a rapid game. White is Judith Polgar, black is Nigel Short, which was, you can see, played in 1994 uh, rapid at Newark. It was played in Newark. The idea of the move that to meet c5 is c3. Now black is going to play c5, then white center is not good because the e5 point will be weak. So white is trying to consolidate with the idea c5 c3. I think black looks better. This position, black looks better. This is jammed up. Now if you play n%, you lose the center and black is better. So here white played knight f3. Now black is preparing to double up in c4, b, d7. I think this is not a good move. At the moment, it is better that you should try to bring out this bishop to castle. So I would recommend here knight back, and now you next move you can, if there is a pressure, you can play and double up the bishop and castle. Even now, white should prepare to bring the bishop and castle quickly. This is okay. Maybe its position is very unclear and not easy. I would prefer to be white here. White has a good position. You know, Fisher always said castle quickly, castle at the first opportunity. And said by a great player who should respect. One of the greatest player, not a great player, one of the greatest player. Castle at the first opportunity. So white has a good center space. So one bad piece, it is not going to be so dangerous. Say the black square bishop. So just castle. But in the game, it was a rapid. So Judith Polgar played s3. This is not good move. And Nigel Short exploited it. Now the check is very annoying. This is really annoying check. But he went for g4. It is totally unorthodox way. Now if you capture the queen check, it is very, very unpleasant. But what are you going to do now? Now queen on the board, you cannot play like this. So captured, captured, king. Now you can see the drama. Now the position looks terrible for white. The position looks terrible. Okay, so queen comes here. Now this is very uncomfortable. The bishop cannot develop and the pressure on c3. Now this is bad. Played b3. Leaving the pawn to the fate. Knight into pawn. You can see, do you see a king walk? The white king is walking with all the pieces underdeveloped. Now Nigel Short decided to take the rook. Queen check and queen into. But don't you think this position deserves more than the rook? Now black comes to take the rook. So what should you do now? My question to you, shall we take the rook here, or is there anything better? Hello Tirsa, I want you to participate. Now the bad position of king should be exploited. When the king is bad, everything is bad. So what black is going to do now? Welcome Parth Kuntal Rawal. What black is going to do now? Dina Patel says pick up the rook. But don't you think there is something better? अभी मैं मुझे रूक नहीं चाहिए. I want a king. मुझे king चाहिए. Devar says a5. No, not the best. Not the best. It is too slow. a5 is very slow. Find something better. Prithviraj Bhumik, correct answer. Bishop d7 to bring the rook. This is the correct move. Now the point is, if you play knight into knight, then rook check will come. This is a disaster. And if you play like this, maybe here what can I do? What can I do here? How to finish this game? कैसा अटैक करेंगे इसको? ये तो भाग जाएगा. If I play queen here, I give check, he will king a3, भाग जाएगा. Maybe I should play here. Maybe I should play here knight. With the idea b6 a5 check. With the idea b6 and a5 check. Now a5. If you come here rook c3, probably bd7, you are going to kb4. What else? Now what to do? I want to say knight b4. Is there any other improvement? Why give the knight? Maybe you can come knight here with the idea now b6 a5. Instead of giving the knight free, maybe here, knight coming here. And you can't move the knight. Queen c5 will lead to checkmate. Now the plan is coming to b6 and a5. So this is a very messy position. Hello Keval Chitara. But in the actual game, he played this bad move. Bishop d7 is maybe the best move here. Bishop d7 is the best move probably. Okay. So in the game, he gave check. Now queen into black has now white is okay. Now white is for exchange down. The position is okay because now there is tension here and white has got a reasonable game. The king has survived. The whole point is the king has survived. Check. Now this is the only weakness of white. This is the only weakness. So you should prepare a4. The rook is coming. So a4. With that idea that if you play bd7, I'm going to drive the knight also and bring the rook into the game. Idea. So this is a5 is irritating. So black stopped it. Rook and now rook. Now queen. The position now suddenly table has turned. Few moves before black was winning and now black has got lot of problem. So it is like a drama. The only move. Beautifully played. Now see the bishop's battery. The bishop is watching this point indirectly, and rook. So opened up. Straight forward, a direct threat is coming. Direct threat is knight b5 is winning. Knight b5 is crushing. So how are you going to cover? Now this is not going to work. Now g6 will not help. That the queen will reach. g6, I will attack. Maybe I want to just play queen d4 and smash. तो नाइट को झटके में ले लो, यहाँ ले लेंगे या ये ले लो, क्योंकि यहाँ से कुछ नहीं होता है, यहाँ से चेक भी रहेगा. मारेगा तो क्वीन डी4 क्रश मेट हो जाएगा, नहीं तो क्वीन जाएगा. तो अभी क्वीन इंटू पॉन नहीं चलता है, नाइट मेट. सो यू कैनॉट प्ले g6. सो हियर फैंटास्टिक मूव बाय जूडिथ. द टेबल टर्न. So he sought tried to cover the diagonal. कम से कम मेट तो बचेगा. They continues. You cannot play rook into knight. Now there is a threat. You cannot play rook into pawn also. So he played rook g6. Rook g6. Appears temporarily that mating attack has stopped. But still, Judith continued very energetically. very energetically. There are many wins. I think there are many simple wins probably, but Judith chose the technical line. Probably there are so many other plans. Even maybe here, maybe here, even queen to h5. This is also smashing. You cannot play rook into rook. This is also winning the game. But she chose a technical win, knight into pawn, the safest way. Pawn push. Roller coaster. The pawns are now rolling. Now, Judith played once again a beautiful move. You cannot exchange the queen. There is a mate threat now. You exchange the queen, it is the ending game is lost. Now, how are you going to stop? The forcing move. Any other move, there is a threat on f7, there is a threat on e8. Nothing working there. So only move. Lost. This is just not having any single good move. It is out of action, and there two pawns and two active, three active pieces. Fantastic. Trying to activate. So picked up one more pawn. Even this was very annoying. By the way, this was also very annoying. Bishop coming there. So just picked up a discover check and queen. A discover check is coming. So the only move. Resign. कुछ नहीं कर सकता. On king move, I think this check should be enough. And on this move, knight check should be enough. Enough. A disaster. So the whole point is that this is the one, you know, f5. It is very interesting idea. This move is very interesting. F5. Okay. Now, Ruhan Yasudani, welcome. Go to the next game. It is a very interesting game. The king coming to c3, unbelievable. The king d2, king c3, and now he went for the material. But whereas this is, I think bd7 was the best move, I feel. Anyway, going to the next one. Same another tournament. Vladimir Repisin is a very well-known theoretician, a solid player. He is very solid and also a very good theoretician. Karokan. The main line. Now, classical is it is a easy, but it is not ambitious. Classical is good for only half point. Beyond that, it will get nothing. Now h4, h6, h6. Now maybe here knight f3 and d7. Now h5, bishop here. Now bishop d3. This is a good position. White is having space, better center. But knight d7 is more ambitious. This is called the Smith law variation. Idea, next move knight f6. Now after the match Karpov versus Andrei Sokolov Karpov, and it was discovered that this is the strongest move. This is how that deep blue beat Garry Kasparov. The point is you cannot drive the knight. Knight to knight e6 will come. So you have to struggle. Now bishop c4 is coming. So this is the point. This is how deep blue defeated Garry Kasparov. Deep blue was white. Anyway, in the game, he did bishop c4. So knight comes. So e6 has to be played. Now queen e2. In various and there is a trap. For example, if playing for a trap, Perez, some 1940s played this. Opponent mechanically played, allowing a checkmate. But if you will see, what are you going to do? Suppose you will play a move like this, then what are you going to do? The queen is blocking the bishop, doing nothing. That is the reason one should not play for trap. And after ND7, knight G5 is a good move. This is the modern treatment, and this is old main line. Very good. Knight, the only move. Queen E2. Now the bishop is not blocked, and there is a threat. Knight N2, and then this is straight mate. Straight mate. H6 will lead to mate. Knight into pawn. Check. Bishop check. Then queen checkmate. Queen checkmate, hai na? I think so. It's leading to mate. So you cannot drive the knight. That means you have to move the knight to coming here. Now there are. This is also possible. Modern retreat. A player can play bishop coming here also. With the idea, now if you play now this, this is the plan coming here. You cannot take the pawn. This is bad. You come knight here, and next move I will bring the knight and f7 pawn problem. So here black can try to drive the knight, or black can play c5 to hit the center. Now c5 takes. Now if you take it, then knight f3 with a good game. The idea, knight f3 and knight e5. So he comes over here. Knight, so that knight will come, not allowing the knight coming. And now if you defend it, this is interesting variation comes here. A very interesting variation comes here. Now, for example, let us say, you play a5, a5. Hmm. How I will going to punish this position? Maybe I will play. Maybe I will play c3. Some new knight is coming. Just a minute. I am going to get to that position. Maybe pawn into pawn first. You seeing some knight coming here. How I am getting that variation? Maybe here he plays some move like h6, something like that. And now he comes here. So he comes knight. Now he takes pawn into. Now knight. Now queen comes here. Now queen into pawn check. Takes and bishop checkmate. In some variation, this kind of combination comes here. The knight comes here. And now pawn into pawn is not working because of knight, and the queen has to move, and then queen takes pawn and bishop mate. So h6 variation is not good in this variation, in this line. So let us see the actual game what happened. So here played queen e2, knight, bishop coming to old main line. Bishop d3 is a modern approach, but this is old main line and it is good. It was played many times in the match Kasparov Karpov. So this is quite established line. Right back. Now bishop f. Well, on pawn into pawn, you can just castle and recover the pawn. Pawn takes pawn, just long castle gives a good game. So he comes here. I don't want to exchange. So you better you exchange. I will open the file. White has got already some advantage. A positional factor is there is 3-2 majority. In end game, this can be a plan. Number one. Number two, that knight is not the best. This is not the best place for knight. So these are the two factors, and white center is comparatively better. So castle. Now the bishop is attacked. So the rook is activated. Now there is a pressure on this point, but at the moment you need not worry. So knight e5. Idea giving way for the other knight to come. No problem. This is rather only move. Now I think this position is a critical moment. I told you about critical moment. Critical moment means there is a choice. Two or three moves are there. For example, now the rook, this line, these pieces, these are ready. I can call this Russian knight is here. The Russian knight, the rook ready, and the king seems to be badly placed because this is a tactical target for white. So instead of castling, perhaps black should have played knight. This is this is probably this is probably the best move. Castle, I would say it is the not correct move. I would give this move a dubious move. Castling into the attack. The castle is good, but not the right timing. Castling into the white attack. So here, enough d5. I think this gives some kind of hope because now there is no danger. The bishop is covered, so immediately sacrifice will not work. This should have played, but now after castle, Judith mopped up knight. You cannot disclose now. It is too late already. It is too late. He is trying. He is not finding a plan. The B pawn is blocked. A pawn. So idea. Now if you try to do some activity with the A5, A4, rook sack is coming. Suppose you try A5. ये मार देगा. हाँ? मार देगा ये. अभी queen into pawn आएगा. The rook is coming here. Who is going to stop? It is too late. So you cannot allow. And now maybe now the threat is rook into pawn. Rook into pawn. So maybe you make a room for the king. So Epicene played here rook. Idea now rook into pawn is not the best move. Why? Because the queen will go for defense. Rook takes pawn, takes queen into pawn, queen f8 is coming. Suppose you come rook into pawn, it will not work. Take, queen is defending. Everything is okay for black. Now the position is looking okay, but why you have to give the rook? Now typical thing, this is the weakness, goes g4, g5. So attacking player Judith started action. Rook double. Idea still rook into pawn. So only defense. I don't see any other defense is there. I don't see only move. And now g4. So if you look at the position, this is all this is an attacking position. And now this rook is doing nothing here. And this is a redundant knight and tactical target. And this threat is there, which is very annoying. अब इसको करे तो क्या करे, कहां से डिफेंड करे? So here he played knight e4. This is passive. If you play anyway, you cannot stop. So he tried knight e4, attacking queen and also watching the g5 square. Knight attack. So continues the attack. You cannot take pawn into pawn. Rook h8 mate. What else? If you do anything, it is bad. This is not working. This is not working. Nothing is working. So he played knight f5 attacking the rook to gain some time. The idea, if you move the rook, then he will play g6 and then king block the pawn. A pawn into pawn, king has a shelter. So Judith now played pawn into pawn, allowing the exchange side. Now knight into. What would you play? My question to you: how should you play here? I don't know. There is a quotation in chess. You first tell me the move. What will you do now? Tanmay Azmara, good morning. There comes Veerabhadra Singh. Correct. Never miss a check. It can be a mate. You cannot take it. If you take it, he will get mated. Rook into check, and I think this is finished. डिफेंस ही नहीं आएगा, खत्म हो जाएगा. Okay, this will finish the game. So somebody said, I don't know, never miss a check. It can be a mate. So he has to take king h8. Only move. यो थ्रेट बाबा, अभी ये दो नाइट है, थ्रेट है. मेट, नाइट चेक, पॉन इनटू नाइट चेक मेट. पॉन ऑन द 7th हाउस. अभी क्या करेंगे? अभी बचा है तो कैसा? ये नहीं चलता है, ये भी नहीं चलेगा. If you play bishop into pawn, and I think that is this is going to finish. Here, how would I finish this game? I think bishop into pawn. You cannot take it now, and now this f7 under pressure. ये भी win है, so you cannot go there. So he played in the game knight. Good move, fantastic move, double attack. Now the point is, queen cannot be taken. Knight into f7 mate. Knight into f, no, knight check. If you take it first, I support the pawn. Knight check, knight into, and knight mate. So queen cannot be taken, but he is threatening the knight also. this has become problem. And once again, I mean, he defended g5. Now the changing situation. Now everything okay. Now what about this diagonal? What about the diagonal? This diagonal. Queen non-stop action. तो क्या करोगे अभी? f6 नहीं चलता है, f6 नहीं चलता, नाइट चेक. So Epicene played desperately king. Desperation. Now there are so many easy wins, but Judith found the easiest. Yes, Devers Burkett is a good move. Queen b4, fantastic move. And now the simplest win, knight check, because I want to queen. I want to queen, so clear the road. Knight check, check. Queen से मारो, knight into f7 check. Knight is supported by bishop. तो अभी queen minimum queen down. Plus mating attack continues. Only move, only move. And after this, it is not worth seeing the game anymore. Not worth seeing. You have to take. This is just bad. This is just bad. Okay. And now here, this check. Should we finish in the game? So the whole point is the position, just a critical moment. The serious mistake, I would say, this is the one. This is what Judith Polar commented. The castle is the bad move. Castling into the attack. ये जो h6 मूव है, castle position में h6 is bad. In h6, always that g4, g5. Like Spassky did with Petrosian in the final match 1969. When there is a h6 pawn formation, your plan should be g4, g5. And if the pawn formation on g6, h4, h5, like Sicilian dragon. What a move, what a move. They continued the attack ruthlessly. After they move, knight e5 and castle, queen, knight there, and attack is unstoppable. A fantastic game by Judith. Going to the next one. Now, I will show a game where Judith Polgar is on the receiving end. हर दिन संडे नहीं होता है, हर रोज संडे नहीं होता है, हर दिन दिवाली नहीं होता है. A move, the main idea of the move is to somehow, if I can give the bishop, suppose at the moment if she played this move. Now, this is I can come here and bishop into knight and cover all the squares. This is one possibility. Now, if you play a6, I will go take it. Now you can come here, whatever. Then this position, I will cover all the white square with my pawns. So this is one possibility. Now supposing you come here, still I will take it. Still I am going to play here maybe BB2. Now A6, take. The position is good because I will cover all the white squares. The black bishop is very good here and good center, good control of E5. This is a possibility. And who played it? Mainly, you should know who really experimented. The first woman world champion, Nona Gaprindas started playing the move B3 with the idea. Maybe I'll show you 2, 3, 4 games after this. For example, now in this game, he played here the B2, now D4, opening the line. Take and E5. White is better now. White is better. Now in this position, also suppose here, now if you play pawn push, now if you play pawn push, this is not going to put. Now here pawn will come. And now knight will come. Maybe castle first. Otherwise a check. And now white stands better. Because of space, this is quite uncomfortable for black. Okay. So you should not push the pawn. In the standard. Correct? You cannot take that pawn. Trap, queen trap. So only move retreat. The position is disaster. Unfortunately, now the some players have a bad score with a particular player because of this tie. It is not that the player is so inferior. I think Kramnik has score of some 9.5 or maybe 10.5. I don't know, but it is a very bad score for Judith against Kramnik. Like Spassky had a bad score with Karpov. Tal had a bad score with Korchnoi. Very bad score. Not much difference in the strength of the player. Something to do with the style. So this is bad. Now already outplayed. White has center space and Greek sack. About a Greek sack, sometime it may come. The bishop is not watching here. I will give a Greek sack. Seventh rank. Fantastic. Now queen takes pawn is unplayable. If you play queen into pawn, queen exchange, and rook into bishop will pick up a piece. So you cannot play queen into pawn. So taking one piece is gone. Take and rook c8. So you have to retreat. There is nothing left. Practical purpose, the game is all over. Welcome, Mukund Agarwal. I'm going to ask some questions in this game. What would you do now? Rook is attacked. Make a very simple move. Rook. Okay. Now the rook is ready. The rook is ready for operation here. Okay, against the king. It is a Greek sack. Now Pakka Greek sack is coming. Only you need to watch the queen's entry here. Don't forget about the square. Please note that. Only thing you have to watch this square. Sometime bishop check, knight check, queen check, rook coming. This is the only square you have to watch. You have to stop. Now bishop check and knight check and rook s4. Rook s3 is coming. So you need to stop d5 square. How should white play now? White has built up an attacking setup. Please think. Are you right back? No, not the best. Not the best. Please find out. I told you, you need to watch the back rank also. Please be don't make combination with back rank. Rook and queen both are ready. RB1 and queen E1 is always watching. You better be careful. Interesting. Devar's move is very interesting. I want to see other people. Veerabhadra Singh says queen c2. One more suggestion I want to make. So the correct answer is the main problem is why ये जो है हमेशा यहाँ देख रहा है जो I cannot get a free hand for my queen. ये तकलीफ जो है, ये queen is watching the square, so in many variations some attack the queen wants to activate, but you have to do this. But if you do this, then your rook s3 is not available. If you try to clear the back rank, rook cannot have come. So this is the active move. This gives the problem. And note that here this is the only square. There is no other logical square available. The only square. Then another move. Suddenly the queen is pushed back and lost. So trapping the queen. This is a point. Please note that all the threats were designed and black was obliged to do this. The main problem is, suppose the queen was here. Imagine the queen was not here and the queen was somewhere here. Then I will think of attack. So after the move, there is no attack coming. If you do this, then rook का line बंद हो जाएगा. If you clear the back rank, you are interfering with your own attacking line. And if you do, rook h3 is not available. Unexpected move. Okay, I told you h4, then you know this is not obliged. After h4, now the point is you want to give a sack, you want to come, but then he has got a defense g6. The defense after slowdown, black will have counterplay. Black will have counterplay. I am not going to take bishop into knight. Thank you. और एक line. कल okay. So here, this is the one trapping the queen. Unexpected. What a finish! What a finish Kramnik did. All right. The next. Sakarier Mamadiaru, a great player. I will tell you, but players, please note that here, this knight f3 is the old line. Fischer used to play this. After knight f3, now this is bad. You have to play bishop g4. After this move, h3, bishop into, queen into, and this is supposed to be one of the popular line in before 1960s, 70s. But and also instructive move. This don't play pawn into pawn. You will land into lot of trouble. Pawn into pawn, inviting knight to center will give lot of problem for black. Okay. And I told you before going, I must tell you the line, that b3 line, Kramnik's move. I am going to say e4 c5 and b3 line. So मैं इसमें आपको दो तीन गेम दिखा देता हूँ. There is a file. एक मिनट है. So it is not bad line. The main point is, okay, gets a good position. Bishop will come to the long diagonal. This is good. Now I will show you Gaprinda's skill. There is Nona. This her game I have not kept. One of the main idea to get rid of the white bishop and get an advantage. This is one of the main idea. I will get rid of the white bishop, cover all the pawns with white squares. I will keep all the pawn in white. I have a superior bishop compared to black. This is a strategic idea. White stands better. Only the opening part I am showing. This is also plus. White is better. So strategic points that here stopping the BB5 move. White stands better center. E5 D4 will give a good center. Compared to the French starting from French game, this is much better. Lot of space. Black is very much cramped. So I leave this line. What about H4? No, H4, there was a problem I told. Hello, Khanak. Coming to the next game. High voltage drama. So H6. Now mechanical knight here will run into lot of problem. Knight here will be terrible, terrible move. After the knight move, you cannot dislodge this knight. You have to waste time. और ये knight को उठाना मुश्किल हो जाए. So seizing the square. That means you should stop here. No, take. Playing normal moves, going away from any kind of checks. All right. White is better. Apart from that, there is a direct threat. There is a plan of G4, G5. There is a direct threat also. One move. Don't play passive moves. Do not play passive moves. Bishop has to engage for attack. And these are of course bad moves. So stop. How should white continue the initiative? Sakaria Mamadiaro, some reached around 28, 20 something. He's a great player, world junior champion in top 10 for a long time. So Judith beat him very badly here. Continue. What is the way white should continue the game? Mamadiaro tried to attack, but Judith defense is par excellence. She defended the game brilliantly. Now the point is, now there is pressure. Rook is against the queen. So आपको queen move करेंगे तो attack आना चालू हो जाएगा. Okay. These are all bad moves. Self goal. These are all self goal moves will come. So here it is bad. So he played simple move. Once the bishop is gone, then there is no more attack. There is no discover attack. कुछ नहीं होता है. This point is guarded by rook and knight. So you need not worry. So he played this. Now the knight is under attack. Now the white's attack is gone. So now black will start. White will start. Black's attack is gone. So white's attack counter will start now. This is not going to work. Center, you go move from there. Very well played. Suddenly, five moves before the diagram, and now you see white has attacking pieces. The black pieces are pushed back, and now white is preparing to start action on the black king. There is no, this knight is rock solid. No pawn, no bishop, nothing can attack. So the next move I am preparing to play G4, G5. You have to attack, otherwise white will start action. So only move. Otherwise knight C4 is coming. Heavy lineup. Heavy lineup. No action. Now black queen cannot penetrate. No piece can attack the white king. Nothing. Everything is guarded. Even if you play queen to e7, no attack is coming. Wonderful, wonderful placement. No sign of counter action by black, and now white action will start. Nothing is happening yet. Now sacrifice a piece. This is the only thing left for black. He has nothing other than giving a piece and desperation, but not will work. कहाँ आता है? अभी queen into pawn. I will not ignore. You move, go away from India, go away some bad square. Completely paralyzed him. Cover up. What should white do now? Both have played excellently. Very nice handling by Judith. Only move. If you go down, then endgame is losing. If you go down, rook check, queen check, and the endgame is very bad. So if you go the transposing to endgame, it will be terrible. I think. How I am going to do now? Not this thing. Just move. Just move the king. Just move the king. I think this will turn out badly. The endgame is unstoppable. So he did not go down. Plus this, he played this pawn into. This is lost. You cannot defend the knight. You cannot go. This is miserable position. And consolidate the extra piece and winning the game. So what I appreciated that he sustained the pressure. Judith sustained the pressure of the black pieces activity by playing accurately lot of good moves. Lot of good moves. And I like this move. There is no chance. Everything is blocked. French defense stands better. Now you see at the moment the position the knight is under attack. Now if you play something like that, you cannot castle. It is bad. And if you go here bishop into knight is a, and queen h5 check is just terrible position. So desperately now Dilariva played knight into pawn, and now he will try to get a second pawn. So not going to work. You can't play queen e2. You cannot play. So you have to only move. Okay. Now how to handle the position? Some very interesting names are still there on the card. I'll show today. Your material up. Okay. Is for three pawns, but here the end game is not coming. It is a middle game only. The game will be decided. Judith played here rook b1 because it is necessary. The queen is watching all the time. So rook b1. It is not the idea of the pawn. Rook is activating on the third line. I think I cannot suggest, but I don't know if you put the engine may find something. But rook into rook is definitely not correct because the point is now here you have to do not exchange black. White is cramped, so exchanging will help a cramped player. This is merely helping him. Now rook check will bring rook f3. End of the initiative. It is like a castle position now. No threats coming. All back ranks secured. Now everything is all correctly placed. Knight has to move. The only move. White to play and win now. I want you to find out white to play and win. How many weak points? This is one weak point. One second weak point. ये जो file है, the queen is exposed. Third weak point and the king. There are 5 active pieces of white. At the moment, there is a threat here. So he played this move first. At the moment, there is a threat. If their bishop was not attacked, then I would have thought of rook here or rook into pawn. But first, pressure. Only move. You have to support e6. The only move. Check. Finish. You cannot take the bishop. You cannot take pawn into bishop. You cannot take pawn into bishop because queen check will kill. Now g7 unprotectable. Lost position. It will lead to mate. Mate, not mate. Queen. Now you have to give the queen or get knight mate. You have to give the queen anyway mate only. Here also it is mate. And if you take the other bishop also it is lost. Suppose you take here instead of that, instead of this move, you take this also, this will lose. I think this will lose to check. Now check. You cannot go here. You cannot go queen, knight for. I think check, bishop check, and it is over. So very well played game by Judy, and of course there are some mistakes by Black, but in a complication you cannot say. Given the given time control, one cannot find the best lines always. Okay, I go to the next game. This is really interesting. Grandmaster Lars Bo Hansen, I think he has written some books on chess strategy. And I played this Grandmaster in one US Open where we shared the first place jointly. We shared the first place jointly, but actually I was winning the tournament because there was another very weak player I underestimated and got into trouble. I got into deep trouble, saved the game, but because of that I shared the joint first place. Maybe around in the year 2016, 15, 14, 15, around that area. No, I must show the game. This one. This is the main critical line. Now you can castle here. You can castle here. Now bishop h6 is not doing good. Knight g6 is coming. So white plays h4 with some initiative because now h5 is coming. So bishop h6 is a serious threat. So this is the critical line. But here Grandmaster Hansen played, Osbo played this move. He's a tall man, right? I think this position trying to equalize very slow. The method of playing, the dangerous bishop is exchanged, but leaves black behind in development. Taking is bad. If you take pawn into and you center is fantastic. White gets a free hand for attack. Space and more active pieces. A good move, clearing the line for the white bishop, black square bishop. Now, this is very well played. Now, if you capture the deep file is a problem. If you capture deep file is a problem. And you push this is also a problem. The queen will centralize. So, you have to play knight. Now, here, bishop into pawn, king. I want the players to think, how should you play this position? Getting a good position is not enough. You have to plan correctly. Suggest me. White clearly better now. It is materially equal, but a clear superior position. No coordination of black pieces. Now, what are the plus points for white? एक तो बी फाइल ओपन है, एक बी फाइल ओपन है. दूसरी चीज है, किंग इज बैड, द कोऑर्डिनेटेड पीसेस कोऑर्डिनेशन नहीं, द बिशप इज वेरी स्ट्रांग, सो सेंटर इज गुड. सो ये सब अच्छी चीज है, लेकिन करना क्या है? Yes, I know, I have seen these games. Nesmet Dino games I have seen. I will discuss another day. Rashid Nesmet Dino deserves a full session. So I will not discuss today. I will discuss another day with full session of Rashid Nesmet Dino. How should you play this position? RB1. Very well played. Now the rook wants to reach 7th rank. And now if you try to prevent, it is a bad move. The point is, now this is a passive move. It is not a bad move, passive move. And white will play queen. Now the rook to 7th rank आएगा. Then what is the use? What is the use? Rook 7th rank तो आ ही रहा है. And rook can never challenge. So queen d7 is strongly met by queen d6. तो उसने क्या खेला इधर? King. Now the rook reaches 7th rank. What to do now? Now you can see that black is getting well set. Black is getting well set here. उसके बाद इक्वलिटी. अभी अटैक खत्म हो रहा है और रुक आ रहा है. इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. For example, if you now just to rook here, now you can, this is attack and you cannot defend it again. This is bad. So only move. And now you need to find the correct plan for white. Otherwise it is equal. The position is clear plus unless you find the correct plan. No, not rook c7. You see, at the moment, white finds a nice plan. White plays here pawn into pawn. Why pawn into pawn? Because the idea is rook is coming, and after you move the rook, again he will challenge. Again the rook will challenge. Suppose you let us say you clear a back rank. Suppose now rook will come. Now you come here. This rook comes. The advantage is gone. सारा advantage खत्म हो गया. Oh no, there is a rook into knight is there. Maybe this rook. The other rook means blunder. If you play rook into c6 will come. So this is no advantage. That means why black has to only work on this point. White has to work on this point. That is why he took pawn into pawn. Pawn into pawn. Queen g4. Now no more rook c8. When you play rook, I will establish the rook here. No rook c8 is coming. This is the whole point. Feel for initiative. Queen g4. Just in case back rank. Just in case the back rank is clear. All getting set. The pressure on f7. The next plan, he wants to do some activity, rook coming there, rook double, or moving like even expansion of pawns. Idea, the rook coming to third rank and then attack. Rook f3 is a threat. This is bad. This is not a good move. It appears good because there is a check on g1. On this point, there is a check on g1 is there. So, check. Now rook. Now pawn push. Because there is a threat on f7, three threat. There are three threats, so he stops that. Queen takes. What should you do now? Attack and defense. Now it was was looking good. Now black looks good. So what should white do now? अभी यहाँ पे थ्रेट है, यहाँ पे थ्रेट है, तो व्हाट इज द प्लान? भाग जाओ, यू भाग जाओ इधर, अभी ये भाग जाओ, बिकॉज इफ यू गिव रूक चेक आई हैव गॉट पॉन पुश, सो जुडिथ रन. अगर आप रूक चेक देगा तो कुछ नहीं होगा, मैं किंग g3 खेल सकता हूँ, g4 भी खेल सकता हूँ. तो अभी क्या करना चाहिए ब्लैक को? व्हाट शुड ब्लैक डू नाउ? द चेक इज नॉट डेंजरस, दिस चेक इज नॉट डेंजरस, g3 इज देयर. तो करना क्या है? व्हाट शुड ब्लैक डू नाउ? My question to you now, black to play, what should black do now? अरे बाबा, क्वीन जी7 चेक कैसा आएगा? अभी ब्लैक टू प्ले है, व्हाइट का मूव नहीं है दीना. इट इज नाउ ब्लैक टू प्ले. अभी व्हाइट टू प्ले अलग बात है, ये ब्लैक टू प्ले है. It is black to play. Please note, now here white played king h4. Now black to play. Black should have played a safe move. Rook e4 check is a draw. You play rook check, it is going to draw. Because after the move, pawn g4 is only move. Because on this queen f2 check is coming. Queen f2 check is coming. Then attack stops. So only move. But then queen check, the only move. But then rook coming. And now it should be draw equal. The chances are just equal. Because he is giving some kind of threat, and this kind of threat is possible because here you can't play. So coming here, this is interesting position, but here he played the move queen into pawn. खत्म हो गया, check खत्म हो गया. This blow, pound for pound, blow for blow. Yeah, this is what white to play. A diagram in many books you will find. Queen check and mate. This rook joins mate, mate, check, check. What I liked in the game, what I liked here is the move here. I like the move after king h7. This is the move, pawn into, and this move. Unless a player finds this move, the attack is over. Unless you play, the attack is over. Otherwise, if you do not play this, then he will come here rook. Next rook here, rook c8. No, 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 no. Suppose you bring rook coming to here, then rook will come. And you come here, rook will come. End of the attack. You will end up exchanging the rook and finish all the initiative. That is the reason pawn into pawn and now queen g4. Fantastic. Now this ensures the rook on 7th rank. Okay. No, no, no. Devar says instead of king h4, queen g7 winning. I don't agree. देखो ये position है. तो ये आया. So here now king h4. You want to say queen g4. Here king h4 is a good move. Now you say queen g7. Now rook here. Queen g7 is bad. क्योंकि king h4 में you are covering the squares. Here it is a bad move. This is losing the game. Now king into. Now rook check. Now king here. Rook check. Now king here. There is a mate. There is a mate here. So no mate. अभी आएंगे अब ये भाग जाएगा ये भाग जाएगा अभी भाग जाएगा ये किंग किंग भाग जाएगा so you should never be under the hallucination it is important king h4 guards the square here king h4 the king is watching the square so ये king ऊपर नहीं आ सकता ये नहीं आ सकता बाद में अभी queen g6 bet so अभी I mean spontaneous without calculating if you play here queen g7 it will lead to bad things it is bad winning the game yeah so going to the next Hulak this is a very nice game grandmaster Hulak from Yugoslavia and Judith Polgar in her prime young very young and energetic hardly 15-16-year-old girl not 15-16 maybe 14 she was a grandmaster 1 year before I think she is 15 by now at that time she was 15 at that time this standard line of Paulson Scavenging normal the white's plan normally to go queen here the white queen goes here against the pressure and prepare for the e5 break Lubojovic Anderson preparing for the e5 break. Excellent. Both players have played according to strategy. Now white is preparing for e5 break. Black has pressure on center. The position you can find in many books. Rook. Well, there are many moves. The plan is to prepare for a counter attack on the queen side. The plan is to prepare a counter attack on the queen side. Taking it is bad. If you take it, the rook will join that. So, not a good idea. If you take, then rook is active and it is very dangerous. The h7 point and f line, both are coming. So, here it is safer to play knight. What other moves are bad? Knight. f5. Playing very energetically. You cannot allow. What will happen? Suppose you play pawn push. I will take pawn into pawn, double attack. On this point and on this point. Double attack. So you cannot allow me. He can defend only one. That is why it is necessary, it is essential to take up. No. it is essential for him to take the pawn. Here, take the pawn. Already, this is gunning against this. This is gunning, and the queen is ready. Now the rook is ready, queen is ready. So the king already in serious trouble. तो करना क्या है अब? Now in the black played pawn into pawn. What else you will do? Anything is now bad. Anything you do is getting bad to us. So he played pawn into pawn. Now here queen s3. There is a direct threat. Now there is a direct threat is coming. Suppose you play g6. Now this position rook into pawn. Idea queen into pawn and rook check and mate. So here g6 is bad. Bishop into pawn winning. Queen attack and I again threat. So this is disaster. So he can't take capture on e5. So if you play bishop d7, the point is now here the knight is unable to come because of the bishop. But after you will allow me the knight coming and into. Now white is a pawn down. But now after this white will be a pawn now. I will play knight here, queen will come. I will play knight into, queen into, then check, discover check, and now white is a pawn now. Plus better again. So bishop cannot leave the center. Bishop cannot leave the center. You cannot play bishop d7. You cannot play g6. The other move is to play ed4. This is also losing very quickly. Rook into the only move. Finish. Double attack. Mate threat and queen threat. गणपत हो गया. So here bishop into pawn. The only move. Here this is the correct defense. Equal. Here the point is all the time this attack the queen will come here on this point. The queen will come. So queen check will indirectly the queen check here indirectly it will watch this point. This is the point. The queen will keep a watch here. You should have played the queen to b6, the correct move. For example, on queen check, the king has to move. There is no other. These are all other only other moves are. This is not good move, not good move. King has to move now. And now, suppose you play bishop d6, you will play rook g5. Cannot take the rook. You cannot take the rook. And now, if you come here, queen into pawn loses to bishop check. This is the point. The queen is guarding the h6 point. The queen from here is watching this. That is very important. So he should have played queen to b6. Even queen bishop d6 is okay. Maybe queen b6 was better. Even this is okay. This position also you can hold it. But what he played is a bad. The point is he is not watching this. So after the move, bishop d6 is losing now. Now bishop e5, then queen into. ये मेट है अभी. ये मेट को बचाओ. So the only move. But then rook. You cannot take the rook. Queen h7 mate. खत्म हो गया. Knight f6 is not coming by the way. Queen into g7 mate. So this is the whole point. You cannot play. The queen a7 was a bad move. After queen a7, rook g7, rook g5. The only move. Whatever you do, because there is a g2. I want to play bishop. So only move. You cannot do. Now queen d2 is not working on account of queen f5. The g2 point is guarded. The g2 point is still guarded. Lost. g6 ko rook into g6 will come. So here rook f1 is the key. Rook is guarding the g2 point. Run. Now if you play queen f1, check queen down. अभी तो जीत जाएगा. Queen है बोर्ड पे क्या रखा है? जीत जाएगा. A beautiful game, beautifully played by Judith Polgar. And the key is here, please note, ये जो है E5 आ गया ये पोजीशन में, ये पोजीशन में E5 आ गया मीन्स अटैक आ गया. I have showed you the game Zubojovic versus Anderson. Judith played from Spassky to Magnus, all world champions. Yeah, Judith played all world champions and beat all the world champions except Kramnik. Judith beat Spassky, Anand, then Kasparov of all. And I think she has beaten Smyslov. I think she has beaten all the living players whom she played except Kramnik. Kramnik hammered her very badly. Yeah. So maybe this kind of thing. E5 F5 E5 F5 attack. I remember. I played this in the Maharashtra Championship. I played a tournament probably same in 1984 or 85. I was inspired by the Lubozovic Anderson game. So I just played E5 F5 and beat one very strong player. And I won the tournament, Maharashtra Championship. The tragedy is I played the Maharashtra selection and I was disqualified. The selection for playing national, I got disqualified. After 4 days, I played with a double energy and won the Maharashtra Championship. One round to spare. At Hindu Gymkhana, Bombay, Hindu Gymkhana, I won that tournament. One round to spare. Okay, I will go to the Lubozovic Anderson so you get that feeling. Lubozovic Anderson. Vaikanji 1975. I think this is the one. 76. This was the best game of the year. This game was given award the best game of the year. The same E5 punch. B3 KH1 and then he did not move to King H1. Normally a player goes to King H1 to get out. He did not move. And then normally a player will bring the rook E5. The thematic punch against your Scandinavian. Now Queen takes is a blunder. Blunder number 1. Knight into check and winning one piece up. वो पीस तो बच जाएगा, वो पीस बच जाएगा. So one piece extra. You cannot play queen into. You have to play. And if you play knight back, then attack will play. The position he will have a very strong attack. Now bishop f4, knight e4. No, I think here how I will conduct attack. Just let me have a look at it. Let me have a look at it. The simple knight f3 will continue the attack. Simple knight f3 will finish that. Because I thought of combination, but in a simple way. Knight f3 and then bishop d3, knight e4, rook e1, all bring lot of attack. This will be a terrible position. So he instead of that, and knight d5 is bad. Knight d5 is bad. After the knight d5, knight f5 will come. Knight f5 is a mate threat, and you take. This will be a disaster. A disaster will come. Bishop h3 will come. All these things. So you can play only move is that here he plays knight into pawn. Then bishop f4. The only move bishop d6. Now rook. The threat is knight there. Idea rook into d6. Knight b5, a b5, rook into d6 and b5. Crushing. So better run. Rook d3. What a move. Now you cannot take it. Bishop into d6 and the threat is to play rook. You leave the center, I come for the center. Knight into d6 is a threat now. So run. Rook into c7 threat now. Now rook into c7 is a threat. So we played knight. Idea, if you take now knight into and this is coming here. the queen. This is the problem for, but bishop into bishop. Unfortunately, he cannot play queen into. After knight check, गणपत हो जाएगा. गणपत हो जाएगा ये. Because knight cannot take and the king moves, queen into queen, knight into rook, सब कुछ आएगा. Knight into bishop, winning. So you cannot play queen into. You cannot play knight into, only idea knight into bishop. तुम्हारा क्वीन जाएगा व्हाइट का. अरे कहाँ क्वीन जाएगा अभी. Fantastic. He is not moving the king. What I liked is Lubuzovic is not moving the king. A daredevil man. A totally daredevil. So playing on the diagonal. Finish. What a finish. Knight को attack, knight को नहीं दे सकता है. There is no time to move. If you move, knight moves, this is bad. If you defend also, it is bad. Because यहाँ पर झटका है. यहाँ पर झटका है. ये देख रहा है. All pieces are ready. खत्म. अभी क्वीन एंड रूक. Queen and rook will conduct the attack. Check. अभी queen coming. Idea. Queen into pawn check and rook double. Queen into check, rook f7 and rook double on the h line. खत्म. अभी ये मारने के बाद मेट अनस्टॉपेबल. rook f7 को rook h8 चेक भी जीत जाएगा. On rook f7, rook h8, queen f7, rook h3 mate. Discovery attack. Rook attack. Check. Now queen. Idea mate. Rook h6. Idea rook check. And the or this is coming. खत्म. क्वीन गया. अभी क्या करना है. अब क्या देखना है. So what a game. Very energetically. Normally a player will play here king h1. Normally you will see a cautious player will play here this position castle b3 f4 d6. Now standard players will play king h1 a4. These are the standard moves. King h1 castle then a4. You will find hundreds of games. But Lubuzovic did not move that. He went straight queen coming to this point, pressure and threat. Queen, now threat. Now the point is he played rook. He played this. Now he is not moving. One thing I liked it here. Here he is playing knight c5. Normal player will move the king. Normal human being will move the king. He did not move the king. What a game. Okay, now Ramakrishna, scene 1 with Gramnik. I will tell you, when अभी शेर बुढ़ा हो गया है. अभी शेर ग्रामनिक एक टाइगर है. अभी बुढ़ा हो गया है. अभी एक बुढ़ा को मार के क्या मिलेगा. When Spassky told about this, Spassky, he beat Kasparov 3 times. Then Spassky बुढ़ा हो गया. Then Kasparov started beating. Then Kasparov said that he is eating my old meat. Spassky said Kasparov is eating my old meat. So शेर बुढ़ा हो गया है. तो जवानी में आता था देख लेता था. अभी I in tournament I don't concentrate seriously. Any player I just play casually, just play for fun. I lose. But if I was young, it will be the story is different. अभी सीन when रामनी को हरा दिया. अभी रामनी क्या 45, 46, 47 हो गया. तो उसको हरा के क्या है, क्या क्रेडिट है. गारी कस्परोव को बच्चों ने मारा. अभी जो रैपिड में खेला, he could crush them in his prime. लेकिन now एज हो गया. ओके, शेर बुढ़ा हो गया है. वीरभद्र. ओके, नेक्स्ट. Next. No, I not seen. Okay. So here I leave this. Going to the next game. टाइम होगा क्या हमारा? नहीं होगा. दोपहर को दिखाएगा. There is no hurry. जितना हुआ हुआ. ये मुझे बहुत पसंद आया. Beating Mortensen was good. I liked the game. The point is now a pawn into pawn will be equalizing. After knight into a4, then he will return the knight. This is the point. Now pawn into will be clear plus. So ये तो knight trap हो गया. He will return the knight. This is the problem. And after taking, I mean here knight into, and now this position queen into will equal after the pawn push. Now c5 is coming. तो आप अभी अनपास. This is a threat. So अनपास करना पड़ेगा. Now bishop cannot be taken. The queen into. And the queen check, again queen. You cannot play bishop. Again queen equal. So this gives not attractive, of course. So why should you go for equality? There is no need to play equality. So here pawn into bishop into pawn into. This is bad. Suppose you play here. This is bad. Pawn into pawn. This is a miserable variation. The point is, now the queen will come, e2, rook d1, and d4, and this will come. And knight f5. Knight f5 will come. For example, now we'll play queen here. Now bishop e7, then rook here. And now castle, knight with advantage. This will be troublesome for you. अभी queen हटना पड़ेगा तो ये आ जाएगा. This position is troublesome. Definitely, the rook is ready, and you know that this is all pieces will come. You cannot dislodge this. तो प्रॉब्लम आ जाएगा अभी. इसीलिए ये वेरिएशन में नाइट को यहाँ इससे नहीं मारता है. इससे मारेगा तो नाइट विल गो टू अ मिजरेबल. ये मारना गलत होगा. आई विल पुश द नाइट टू अ बैड स्क्वायर. देन एनडी4 टेक ये मारेगा तो सो ये मारा. नाउ इफ यू प्ले नाइट हियर, दिस इज बैड टू एक्सचेंज क्वीन because the knight is in a nice place, not allowing the knight to come. Knight is watching. So queen, this endgame is bad. No advantage for white. No advantage. Now if you attack, I will come bishop here. With the idea, the bishop will come now. The bishop will come on this point. Problem है. Problem है आपके पास. So here this ending is not correct. But if you play knight e4, we need to. Now bishop f5. Now here, now you can play not exchanging, but here you can play rook d1, queen c8. Actually, I was experimenting. 3 games I lost by playing queen e7. I was black and I tried 3 times. All 3 times it did very bad result for me. One of the idea that the queen wants to come to actively here. Actively. This is one of the idea, but I lost to Jansa. I lost to a Filipino player. So it was not a good experience for me. The correct move after queen c8, white is little better. White is little better because the queen is blocking the path of the rook, and this position white stands better after queen. So that is why please note that when knight e4 is played, you should play queen e2. Correct move. But main line. No, this is not the game. This is not the game. I overwrote it. So rook d1 here. Oh, this is the game only. Rook d1 and now g4. I told you queen e7 was bad. I told you. For example, if you do not know the theory, then I will really have a good game. What are you going to do now? How are you going to develop your piece? कैसा develop करोगे? Suppose you play be3. Suppose idea I want to play nd2. Now the problem is how to develop the knight. Suppose you play B3, I will play queen B4. Now, you see, these are all bad moves. So this is giving some activity, but it turns out badly. So anyway, this is he played in the game. No, no, no. He played in the game Queen C8. Okay? I am overwriting again and again. No. Rook D1, Queen C8, G4. Nice move. You cannot take lose a piece. The only move. Again, only move. Otherwise, you lose a piece. Playing very sharply. Only move. Otherwise, rook check. B7 is very bad. Take is very, very bad. What a powerful play. Only move. F5 is coming. Only move to stop. Position is bad for black. The knight miserable. Taras formula. Because of this, black could not coordinate and lost. Throughout the game, till the end, knight could not come out. Very nice. Very intermediary move. Bishop into pawn, mat queen h5 check. Plus minus. Now pawn takes pawn, queen e5 check is crushing. Pawn into pawn, the check will crush. So only move. Still check. Now you cannot move the queen. Rook e1 check will come. So rook e1 check, and it is now terrific position. Now the end game. If you play queen into queen, knight f5 is crossing, and now white is clearly on top. There is nothing better. Just the knight is entering the game. So the only move, queen into queen, and Judith played very brilliantly. Threat, the only move. Double attack on e7 and h6, the only move. What a coordination of knights. Even though the material factor is equal, that white has got a pass pawn and black has a miserable piece. White has this material, but he has a pass pawn. White has all bad pawns. Black has bad pawn, and this piece is bad. And there are targets. So this is a clear activity of pieces are better, superior pawn structure, superior king. Nothing better. I cannot advise anything now. No knight coming. Knight cannot come. Threat. Knight d7, rook into d7. Now pawn f5 is coming. Fantastic. Cannot take that. Lost. Because you lose a piece or exchange. Choice is yours. You cannot take that pawn, but anyway, rook cannot move also. Knight is lost. Fantastic game. Which language do you speak? My language is Oriya. Veerabhadra Singh, which language speak? My language is Orissa. I am from Orissa, but I know 8 Indian languages. Though I am from Orissa, I know 8 Indian languages I can talk. I can talk in 8 Indian languages. But chess I can talk Hindi, English. other, and other languages are very difficult. Chess terms are difficult for other Hindi and English I can speak chess. Okay. All right. So thank you very much, friends. I will cover up this topic will continue drama, high voltage drama on chessboard in the afternoon session also. I will show some very sharp game by other players and also of Judith Polgar. So thank you very much being with me. See you at 2:30 today. सबको मेरा नमस्कार. Take care and bye.